Hey, shalom, everybody. There was a commercial at the Super Bowl last night. Super Bowl is really fun, especially if you live here in Kansas City, because, you know, it's pastime. And it doesn't mean as much as we often think it does, but it is something fun and something that people can unite on without too much strife. And there was a commercial called He Gets Us. And we're sitting around, and all of a sudden on the television, there's people washing each other's feet. And it was very striking because it's something our congregation does. It's something that my family has been doing for about 20 years now, because the Bible says to do it. And our little congregational group chat starts going off because we're all like, "Can you believe this? There's people on television washing each other's feet just like like the Messiah commanded. Wow, look at that. It's wonderful." And today I'm seeing everybody tear it down. So Christians and believers are tearing this ad down because it's not perfect or it's not right in their eyes, or maybe they don't want to wash each other's feet. And I'm just looking at social media and all this faux outrage. Like, can you be happy? Because, brothers and sisters, you realize that somebody out there spent millions of dollars to create an ad and get it on television to show people doing the very last thing that Yeshua, the Messiah, also called Jesus, did for his disciples. Did you realize that? Right before he was betrayed, he washed the disciples' feet. And they tried to say, "No, you can't do that. No, 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 no." And he says, "If you don't let me do this, you have no part in me." No part in him. And he went on to say that as I've done to you, you need to do for each other. And we understand that wasn't for that night. That was a commandment. That night, he said, "Do this in remembrance of me." That night started, the night he was betrayed, started with the foot washing. And then they had the bread and the wine and they sang a hymn. And praise Yahweh, my family has been taught to do this by people who fear God because the Messiah said to do it. And so every year, this year, it's April 21st at sunset, is the annual commemoration. The night before Yeshua was crucified, he took bread and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, do this in remembrance of me." It wasn't just the bread and the wine, it was the whole night. We do the whole night. We get together, and it's very somber because we realize that this is the night, the last moment that the Messiah is going to have with his friends before he goes off to be crucified, be beaten, betrayed, mocked. And he gets down on his hands and knees and washes the feet of the people he's about to send out in the world to spread the truth and change history. As I see a bunch of people tearing this down, I just have to think, is it possible for you to be happy? It's a very dark world, and we're always looking at bad stuff. Can we maybe not make something bad that's not bad? Can we understand that he washed Judas's feet? Yeah, he did. Can we understand that we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God? And that we all need a Messiah, we all need our feet washed. And let me tell you something, when you do this, it's a very humbling experience because it is a little bit weird to wash somebody else's feet unless they're infirm or your kid or something. It's a little bit weird. But do you know what's really hard? Letting somebody else wash yours. That is a very hard thing to do. So this year, why don't you do it? Read the scriptures, reenact it wherever you are, get together with your family, your friends, your congregations. Come do it with us here in Kansas City and do what the Messiah commanded. And when it comes to tearing down everything that comes across your field of view, just remember when the disciples saw people who were baptizing in Jesus' name and they tried to stop it, he said, "No, no, no, no. Those who are not against us are for us." Remember in the book of Exodus, when the Spirit fell and the people were prophesying, They went to Moses and said, stop them. And Moses is like, well, hold on. Would that all of God's children be prophets? So this commandment was for all of us, brothers and sisters. And sometimes we do have to just take the win and be happy. Because tearing down everything that comes across our field of view is not what we're supposed to be doing. That's not spreading the gospel. Let's give thanks to Yahweh that there's an organization out there who has us talking about the Bible the day after the Super Bowl. May God bless you and keep you in the name of his son, Yeshua.